Ladies and gentlemen of the internet, how are you all doing? I hope you are having a fantastic day. So we're here today with Black Sails Season 1 Episode 1 reaction. So we're going to be starting the Black Sails journey, a show that I've heard a lot of good things about. A show that I will also say I have watched, I think, the first 2 episodes, or the first episode about. I will mention in a second what I remember seeing. But I'll give a spoiler warning for that once we get to it. But why Black Sails? Well, as I just said, it's a show that I have wanted to watch for a long time because I know how much people love it. Now, the reason why I know how much people love it is because I watch a lot of other reactors, and some reactors that were doing Black Sails, they mentioned in other shows, when they were talking about other shows, they were always referencing back to Black Sails and saying, well, Black Sails is just so fantastic. So it's always been on my mind. It's like, okay, I know this is a good show. I haven't seen that many TV shows. I'm the kind of person that hasn't really seen much besides, like, you know, superhero stuff such as DC and Marvel stuff. So I've not actually seen much beyond that. So I knew, like, this was a good show. So I'm gonna give this a try. Now, I want to give a spoiler warning right now. Skip about 20 seconds ahead if you have if you're going into this completely blind with me. So skip about 20 seconds ahead. I don't know much, so it's not that much ahead. Just skip a little bit. 3, 2, 1. That's the spoiler warning done. So what I have seen and what I do remember is in like one of the first episodes. Again, I think I've seen the first 2 episodes, maybe 3. I'm not sure. But what I do remember is that there were 2 chicks that were banging. To say it nicely, there were 2 chicks that were banging, and there was like a fight going on a ship. That's what I remember. Those are the things that I remember: a fight on a ship and 2 girls banging. And that's the only thing that I can really remember. Now, that's a spoiler warning gone, I guess. So I also know that this is like a continuation of a movie or something. Now, I wouldn't know which movie. I'll be honest, I don't really watch that many movies. I grew up with Disney movies, and beyond that, I've not really seen anything else. Like all the classics that people always talk about, I've not really seen. You look at things like Jaws, I've not seen. Jigsaw, the puzzle thing, I've not seen. You know, like classic things that people are always talking about, I have not seen. If it's not a Disney or if it's not Disney, Harry Potter, or Lord of the Rings, and then I've not seen it. So if it's a continuation of a movie, or if it's like related to a movie in some shape or fashion, then I wouldn't know what the movie is, so I wouldn't be able to like maybe pick up the references. But we'll see. We'll see. Honestly, straight up, we'll see. It's a TV show on its own, so I would assume that, you know, it makes sense on its own as well. Now, this is an hour-long episode. Also, speaking of an hour-long episode, there is full length available for this in the description down below. You'll have to sync it with your own reference footage. The key thing here is this, though. It's for free for everyone for the first episode of Season 1. I will have a free link, free full-length link for every season premiere. So Season 1, Episode 1, Season 2, Episode 1, you'll get a free full-length link to check it out. But if you do want to get full-length permanently, you can do so over on patreon.com, where I have early access as well as full-length, as well as super early access full-length, which is, you know, just the ultimate tier, I guess. Besides that, though, let's hop right in. Let's hop right in and see what Black Sails has in store for us, ladies and gentlemen. Let's hop into Season 1, Episode 1. For anyone that's ever seen anything of me knows that I'm a huge fan of water. Water is my favorite element, and I'm a sucker for water. So seeing this right now already has me hyped.
I'm no coward, I'm a cook. I've no quarters to man. What do you think the captain would do if he found out you've abandoned yours?
Well, he's dead and I'm alive.
I like him. What's his name? I like him. Straight up, very pragmatic. Very pragmatic. I like it.
Problem 2.
Good cooks are in short supply, even for criminals. But
You know what? You can't argue with that.
Dodging a fight.
You can't argue with that.
Sport.
Oh, this guy he got sent flying. That's the page he ripped out. What's on it?
What is that?
Recipe?
That doesn't seem...
Treasure? I mean, at that point I would have said treasure.
Well, maybe when Captain Flint gets here, we can let him decide.
Aye.
You wouldn't want to do that.
Yeah, yes I would.
Why not?
Don't tell me it's gonna explode. Get away from the door! that gonna explode? I told you that was gonna explode. That's the most obvious. That was just obvious, all right. That was just obvious. You see a barrel slowly. Yeah, these guys are dead. These guys are dead. Done and dusted. Dealt with. How do you even get your teeth that sharp? Dude. I thought they were gonna go like the Rocky theme. Trying to look tough isn't really gonna work. Sorry, not with those baby eyes. It's not gonna work. It's like me trying to look tough. It doesn't work.
Casks of whale oil.
Just under $8 per man.
$8.
That's a lot, isn't it, for those times?
Be happy.
Is that not a lot? Wouldn't like $8 back in those days be like 1,000 today? I mean, granted, you're risking life, but still.
When their end is a hell of a lot richer than $8.
No one gets any special treatment from you of any kind. No extra rations, no preferences in cuts of meat. Not for me, not for the quartermaster, not for the captain.
All right.
Here, everyone is equal. All right?
Interesting.
Even him.
Randall was this ship's bosun before he got beaten to within an inch of his life for taking a prize.
Boatswain.
He lost his wits, but not our loyalty.
We
Boatswain.
like Randall. You? We'll see.
All right. I like. This is a weird. Is this how a pirate dynamic really is? Like, I've not really looked too deep into it, but I always forget that like a pirate captain leadership. You know, there is a hierarchy. It's like a company essentially, but this feels like more like a democracy, which shoot. Libertarian. Is that what the pirate island is called? Liber something? I know that from One Piece, from the One Piece theories, but that is where like a democracy, a pirate democracy, or a pirate country was formed. I wonder if that's like, I mean, it's a legend, I guess, but I wonder if that's where the influence is from, or whether I don't know. My goodness, they're shooting with some some HDR, high dynamic range cameras. Look at how blue that blue is, and how green that green is. Truly shooting with some like HDR and super contrast cameras or settings. Nassau, New Providence Island, Nassau. Okay. Again, I'm not that familiar, that well versed in pirate stuff, so don't expect me to like know all the references. It'd be nice if you could tell me about all those in the comment section down below, but like, don't expect me to.
Oh.
Well.
Give us a yell.
Oh, they are some nice fellows. My goodness. Blackbeard, this is the real Blackbeard, the Zehaha. Zehaha.
Rules are rules, and you?
Alright, so now I know what kind of show this is. A lot of gore, a lot of nudity. Have you got nothing better to do than listen?
My pussy gets wet.
That's the pirate life for you.
In which case, I will go fuck myself.
Mistress Scaffrey. Okay, that makes a lot of sense.
I wish you'd get control of your men.
What you are not ever is a sound investment.
I agree with him actually. I wouldn't trust pirate. I don't know how like long the relationship has been, but I still wouldn't. Never mind. She's like, yeah, okay, fine. $1 billion, $1 million, couple million.
1,000 pieces of 8, give or take.
Is it 8,000? oh, how does that work? 1,000 pieces of 8. Quarter. 3 quarters. 4 quarters.
Take this to Virgin.
Too educated.
Oh, right. Too educated, eh?
But now it seems they feel I'm too weak. I was gonna say unlucky.
Weak. You kind of turn your back when...
That's the thinking. We've been attacking ships with light loads because I'm too weak to do otherwise. Is that what you think?
Hey, yo, why are you putting him into this Okay. Saved by the door. Saved by the door.
What the hell are you doing here? You may have nothing to lose.
But I have everything
But I
to
have a
lose.
future planned I'm not so willing to throw away.
Hold him back. Hold him back. Hold him back.
Let me make myself plain.
Oh no.
I will have that name. Billy, put your pistol on Mr. Guthrie here.
Don't do it, Billy. Pointed at the captain. Saved by the horse. Saved by the horse.
There's no truth to that.
Hey, now get out of my room.
Certainly find out, won't we?
Now get out of my room.
Take them into custody. All of them.
They're gonna fight back. They killed Mr. Guthrie. Oh no! Was that just in the? Did it?
You told me.
It looked like they shot him.
Me. You gave me your word.
Shot him in the shoulder.
What's best for my family?
Bro, what? This guy looked confident as well. You're really gonna murder an old man in cold blood. You're really gonna murder an old man in cold blood. Now who the flip is this guy? Another new player has entered the game. Vane. Vane.
Eleanor. Eleanor!
She doesn't listen to anyone at all. She just does what she wants. And now this guy's parading in broad daylight at night.
Awfully pleased with himself, isn't he?
I like it. Episode
You wanna fuck?
1.
What? Because of what I just said.
Fuck's it matter to you?
Episode 1, and we already have so many different factions. Pulling our little strings. There's a punch. Oh, he just punched, but oh, no mercy.
I won't sell another ounce of your cargo. See how long you last as captain when your crew can't get
Yeah, she is the power player.
Your father sells my cargo.
He's not here.
Whatever it is you're so upset about.
He actually was shot.
Feels the same. I'm it.
My goodness, Captain Vane is certainly Vane.
I may just forget that I loved you once.
Okay. I mean, you could tell by their relationship immediately that was... My god, I don't know how I'm going to have to edit this episode. There is so much nudity in this show, I'm going to have to, like, severely edit this all. Is that what... Yes, it might be. It might be. Okay, so this is the one of the two things that I mentioned, that I know at the beginning that I mentioned. Okay. Now, how am I gonna get this up on YouTube? How am I gonna get this up on YouTube? That's the real question here. Man, they're really shooting with HDR camera. Like, I'm not even someone that notices things like that. Because I'm very new to TV shows and movies, really, because I don't really watch much. But, like, it's noticeable to a very high degree. So, was he still alive? Was he dead?
Maybe Singleton
Yeah.
is right. Maybe it's time we made a change.
Oh, don't say that, right? You're on a boat. You don't remember what he's gonna do? Yeah. I would have drawn that as well. Get your gun out as well.
King George or England. Civilization is coming.
Nah.
And it means to instill things. If we are to survive, we must unite behind our own king.
And that's you. Is that what you're trying to be? The king?
We have no kings here. I am your king.
Yeah, no. Yeah, no. Yeah, no. My name is Prince, by the way, for those that don't know. It really is my name, Prince. He's not my king. He's not my father. I can say that right now. What? What is it that you found? What is it that you found? The feather that fell on the floor.
discovered my plans. And tore from this log the very
Aye.
page necessary to discover that prize.
I.
Stole it for their own gain. Stole it from us.
He looking real suspicious right now. You gotta look calmer. Don't look around.
And then stoked your resentment to cover his crime.
I blame it on him.
Judge, you.
Doesn't trust you. Yeah.
No fucking way.
They're in his pocket. So that's the second option. Trial by combat.
Then swords.
So okay, so this is the second thing that I knew. Then I didn't know who it was, I guess, but
Better this way.
this is the second thing that I knew.
Be rid of you once and for all.
Quick, stab him! Nah, too late. Too late. Oh, he just snapped the sword. Get the person in the background. Get up! Come on, mate. Well, that's the page, eh? That's the page. Is that the story he's running with? Well, we all know damn well that's not the page. Even he's like, does he really have the page? No, he doesn't. Probably like a blank page or something. I mean, barely trust him. We didn't even know who we were.
It's a stolen page.
Alright. Loyalty proven.
I'm not just gonna make you strong. I'm gonna make you the princess of the new world!
Alright. Big words for someone that has no clue where, no clue about the schedule or anything. That was the riskiest gamble he could have done. But quite frankly, that was the only way out for him, honestly. Don't ease mine. Don't get close.
Can I help you?
Perhaps we can help each other. I think I have something you might want to buy.
Alright. So that's how Captain Vane is getting in all this. Interesting, to say the least. Now that was a good first episode. It kind of feels a little odd because at this point I'm thinking, did I only watch the first episode? Like did I actually watch 2 episodes like I thought I did, or did I just watch the first episode? Because this first episode had the 2 things that I remembered, which was the 2 girls having what's her name, Mrs. Guthrie, and did we ever get her name? I don't think we ever got her name. So Mrs. Guthrie and that girl that was at the end, those 2 making out, as well as the fight on the ship. Those are the 2 things that I knew that I remembered, and those are both happened in this episode. So from that perspective, I'm like wondering right now whether I watched more than 1 episode, and I don't know. Back when I like originally watched it, I remember that I watched it because I mentioned this already, but like different reactors that I watched, in this case it was Blind Wave, they started reacting to that. So I was like, oh, look, yeah, cool. Let me have a look and see what the show has in store and see if I want to, watch their reactions to it. And I watched the first episode and I enjoyed the first episode. I just didn't have the time after that because the exams came up. I was like, yeah, I'll put it to the side until after the exams, and then I think 2 years happened. 2 years rolled by and now we're here. But I thought I watched more. I generally thought I watched more. I said thought like 5 times already, but I genuinely thought that I watched like 6 episodes, and then like when I thought like what could I actually remember, it was like I remember 2 things. So I'm probably just watched 2 episodes or so. But now that I've actually watched this episode, I'm like, have I only watched the first episode? Because everything that I know happened in this first episode, so I don't actually know. Regardless, let's talk about this episode. I like this episode. We met a lot of characters. Again, I am absolutely terrible with names. I very much recognize them from appearance. They're very memorable. They all look fairly different. But like in terms of their role, I know who the captains are, of course. I know who the quartermaster was. What was Billy's job? Like they mentioned it, like a. What exactly was his title? Like a gunny or something like that. Like a bungee, gunny. gun free, no, obviously not that. But I don't know what his actual job is, so I'm trying to find out right now. That's something that I'm trying to find out right now, so I'm going through it right now. But we did meet those characters, a highly regarded member of this crew. And the captain regards, yeah, of course regards his input, doesn't even know who he is. Doesn't even know who he is. Billy. I know his name, but I've skipped over what his job role is. He's in charge of like assigning people. That's what it is. He's not the quartermaster, of course, but like he's in charge of. You know, as we saw with. A second, it's right here, isn't it? It's right here where he says. No, apparently not. Apparently not. So I don't actually know what his job is. I know they said it. I can't see it right now, which is a shame. But what I will say is this: in terms of like the characters that we've met Captain Vane, who is a very interesting character. His relationship with Miss Gunfrey as well is very fascinating. I don't like that he killed old men. That's where I'm like, ooh, I don't know why I like that. Like, you can kill anyone else, and I'm like, whatever. But like old men, I'm like, ooh, come on now. What they did they really deserve it? Come on, are you really that vain? I had to make that pun. All right, ice in my veins. I had to make that pun. I never won. I need to be stopped. I need to be stopped. But I'm just that vain. No, okay, I'll stop right now. I think he's an interesting character because he's thinking steps ahead, and he is, or seems to be, according to him, he seems to be the highest earner besides Captain Flint. So he might become a potential rival, especially considering that he's like trying to influence the captaincy on that ship by well, his candidate is dead now, I guess, but like by influencing that, so like he would so that he would get more followers essentially, which is a very interesting tactic too, because when I think of pirates, like, and I'm not that well versed in piracy. I'll be honest with that. Like, there are other points in history where I'm several times much more well versed than I am with piracy. These would be like the Roman era, you know, English history, Vikings, Scandinavian history. So those are things that I'm a lot more competent in, historically speaking. But not so much on piracy. So when they said Blackbeard, I was like, oh, we're gonna actually see Blackbeard. Wow, zehahaha, like we're actually gonna see Blackbeard. But no, no, we're not seeing Blackbeard, ladies and gentlemen. But we definitely, we saw Blackbeard, a different kind of beard though. But we almost certainly saw Blackbeard. I will say that much. Interesting thing for me though is Captain Vane seems to be like the rival, the antagonist to Captain Flint, despite the fact that they haven't directly talked to each other, but like just from a positional, you know, from a positional in terms of hierarchical, is that how you say it? Hierarchical standpoint, they are on. First of all, they're both, you know, captains, and he wanted to influence that captaincy specifically. And the fact that they know that now, with that person who died and his last words being Vane, they know that right now. They know that he was the one that was influencing it. They can perhaps challenge him directly. I'm not saying it in a confrontational manner, in a physical manner, but more so in a just be wary of him and maybe like try and disrupt his business. You know, that may be one of those things. But he is a direct rival. He's a direct competitor because obviously, as he was saying, he is bringing in the most cargo right now with Flint going after the La Urca de Lima, or as he's saying, La Urca de Lima. Like, the way he's saying it is like, I only took Spanish in school, so I don't know that much Spanish, right? But the way he's saying it sounds like La Urca de Lima. Like, it's just very, very fast spoken, which, hey, fair enough, it might be. My pronunciation of it might just suck. But I liked that. I very much liked it, I have to be honest. I very much liked it. Just having a already first episode, and we've already had so much going on. We had a political, you know, democratic, I guess, vote happening already, which then kind of turned into a brawl. Kind of funny that, like, the civilized manner that Flint is so scared of is ultimately what he rejected. And he ultimately won through, like, the, you know, a brawl. He won through the uncivilized manner. So, and obviously he wants to become king. Richard Gunfrey is not dead. That's the key part here. He's not dead. I do feel like Billy should have told the quartermaster exactly, like, you know, it wasn't actually him, but like the outcome is the same, except that it's even worse than the quartermaster might assume. So it's like, you should have really told him that it was that the Navy shot at him, and you know, he's basically a dead man now. Like, he's basically a, nobody's gonna trade with him anymore. Like you should have told him that. Like, it's even worse than everyone might have imagined, straight up. And that's what you should have told him. It's even worse. But he covered for Flint. That's surprising. Would you have done that? I mean, in his position, I don't think I would have. I would have been like, that's a blank page. You should vote me for captain. That's a blank page. Vote me. But with the promise, like the promise, of course, alone is massive. The way Flint is speaking, he speaks with confidence. Like, he speaks with absolute confidence, which is why it's probably easier to manipulate and gain allies than someone that doesn't speak with confidence. You know, him saying that, you know, 5 million, and the fact that he went to Richard Gunfrey, the fact that Billy saw everything that happened, I think it makes sense that he would believe him and that he would switch to his side in that crucial moment, which is probably why Flint banked on that. But in my honest opinion, that was a massive gamble. Like, that was truly a massive gamble. If I was in that position, granted, there wasn't much he could do in that position. Like essentially, he was on a back foot, so he had to do a gamble like that. But if I was in that position, I'd be a lot more nervous. Maybe it's because he also showed strength, and obviously the big complaint was that they showed that he showed quote unquote weakness. So maybe that's a big thing as well. You know, with the way he killed the person. You know, it definitely is a show of strength, I guess. So that also is going to be a massive factor, because he knows now, okay, you know what, the crew might be behind you much more. If you can get the Urca de Lima, that you can buy them some time because you showed some strength. You can most certainly buy some time, and you can, you know, get on with trying to find the schedule. Now it's going to be interesting because obviously the schedule is being sold to Vane. So I wonder how that's gonna go down. Now, if I was a smart person, what I would do is I would make a copy of the schedule. I would make a copy of the schedule, sell it to Vane, and then drop it. Like just whoopsie, dropped it, and so the captain would find it, you know, in his room. Like in the middle of the night, the captain would find it in his room when he's not at home or something. I'd drop it in the middle of his room so that he would then go afterwards, and then, you know, the treasure is split amongst the crew. So I'd be like, all right, treasure is split amongst the crew. Well, I'm part of the crew now too, and he would never know that I originally had the schedule. So I would sell it to Vane, but I would also give it to the captain, and I would not give it to the captain. I would like drop it in the captain's bed, like drop it on his bed while he's not at home, and from that point on, like I'd be like, Captain, we should go after it, and then like spread the rumor that Vane has got a copy as well or something, and that Vane is going after it as well, so that like Flint would hurry towards the treasure. That's kind of what I would do. Like, I would play that kind of game where, like, alright, I'm taking a little gamble here, but regardless, I'm making money. From Vane, I'm making money, and then from Flint, if he gets to the treasure first, I'm also making money. So I'm all in for it, and it's 5 million. I don't know how much 5 million in their currency would be. You know, that would, my assumption is that would be like close to like $1 billion today. That's how much money it is. A war. A war is coming, ladies and gentlemen. First impressions of the first episode, very much enjoyed it. Helps that it's, you know, themed on water. Helps that it's themed on water, my favorite element. But I really enjoyed the characters as well. And honestly, the gamble that paid off after just one episode, the situation at the end felt very tense. After just one episode, after barely knowing the characters, having the situation feel so tense is fantastic. It shows you that I already care about the character, and it just shows me that, quite frankly, I think I'm going to be in for a good show. That's my thought, ladies and gentlemen. That's my thought. Anyway, ladies and gentlemen, I'll see you all in the next one, everyone. Until then, have a nice day. Peace out, and as always, bye. Hey everybody, if you like this video, please be sure to rate, comment, favorite and subscribe. And if you want to see more of these kind of videos, be sure to check out Patreon to get early access, full length, as well as super early access. Anyway, regardless, besides that, Thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Peace out and have a nice day.